Stop streaming checkbox checked.
Alright, we are live.
Desktop list.
We can stop the chat room.
Start window. Google Chrome. Chrome / new and Google Chrome. Unknown.
I'm gonna bookmark my channel. Because why not?
64. YouTube Google Chrome. YouTube document. Bannerland button guide. Kitten search button. Search land.
Alright.
10,740. Banner landmark. Main landmark latest from Leo Cantos. Heading levels. Building up my characters. Clock mud tree. Clubbing and fishing. Second life test. Breaking the glass ceiling. Breaking the glass ceiling with Holly, Steven, Nick and Leo Cantos by Respecta. Banner landmark button. Main landmark latest from Leo Cantos. Heading level 2. Heading level 3 link building up my character. Heading level 3 link views. Heading level 2 latest from visited link 36 subscribers bullet 90 videos. Visited link. Visited link Leo Cantos.
I'm gonna bookmark my channel real quick here, real fast. That way I can get to it faster. Probably should have done this before.
Main landmark 36 uploads link public play. Checking in on my people. Banner landmark toggle button not.
Alright, bookmark.
Bookmark added dialog. Bookmark for more. Done button to 10,740. Toggle button not. Main landmark uploads link. Checking in on my people. Miriani stream by Leo Cantos 12 seconds ago. No view.
Here we go.
Miriani stream by Leo Cantos 12 seconds ago. No view.
Here we go.
Banner landmark toggle button. Next toggle play. Miriani stream by Leo Cantos 12 seconds ago. No view.
Here.
Banner landmark toggle button. Next toggle play. Miriani stream by Leo Cantos 12 seconds ago. No view.
Here.
Banner landmark toggle button. Next toggle play. Miriani stream by Leo Cantos 12 seconds ago. No view. Banner landmark toggle button. Skip navigate search button. Create a video YouTube app. Notification account profile. Main landmark complimentary landmark. Pause K button. Pause K. Play K. Play K. Frame live chat mode selection button. Collapse more options. Heading level 2.
Alright.
Chrome button. Menu sub. Extensions. Save to not arrow. Amazon Assistant. Honeycomb access to. Bing new tab sub. YouTube live chat text to speech. 112. Alert. YouTube live chat text to speech options. Voice. Combo box collapsed. Google US English NUS network. Emojis. Checkbox checked. Speed. Spin button editable 1. Spin button editable. Spin button editable 1 point. Spin button editable 1. Spin button editable 0. No next edit. Volume. Pitch. Spin button editable 1.1. 1.1. 1.04. 1.01. 1.05. Volume. Delay. Options. Options saved.
Okay.
Desktop. Start window. Cortana window. Search box edit. Blank.
Alright, here we're gonna load up Bitmud here real quick. So basically what we're doing here, very simple.
Bitmud.
We
F1
are-
of 4.
I am in a ship with a couple of people, and we're doing oh yes, I forgot to mention. I have 300 license points now.
Type hip. Running application. Google Chrome 1 running. OBS 2 below 1. Malware box tray application. OBS 2. File Explorer. Google Chrome 1. OBS 2. Malware. Steam client. Skype 1. Microsoft JAWS 2. Mail button. Store button. Microsoft 10. File Explorer. Google Chrome 1 running window. 10,700. Exit X 25 of 20.
Okay.
10,000. Heading level 2 button. More options. Section multi-line.
Leo Cantos, testing the chat.
Perfect.
Out of section out of kidnap search button. Create a YouTube app. Notification account pro main landmark complimentary landmark play K button. Pause K. Pause K. Skip navigate search button. Create a YouTube app.
Alright.
Notification account profile main landmark complimentary landmark. Pause K button. Pause K. Play K. Play K. Frame live chat mode selection button. Collapse more options. Heading level 2.
Alright.
Menu bar pro button. Pause K button. Menu shift plus N button. Use N to not. Play K. Play K.
Alright, we should be set.
Start with desktop. Type task. Running applic. Google Chrome 1 run. OBS. Malware Mac. Steam client. Skype 1. Microsoft JAWS 2. Mailbug. Storm. Microsoft Edge. File Explorer.
Ah, interesting. Okay, here we go.
Start with Bitmud app. Products. Okay, but enter it. Yes, pressed. Register. Login unregistered. Login Microsoft Teams document. Login micro. Bitmud. Mud character. Cleric. Travis Miriani. Entry. VIP Mud Travis. https://www. Username. You must provide a U. Connect. No. Yes. Welcome to.
Alright. So basically what we're doing is we're in space. We're about 50 or so light years away from local space, which
Edit
means
multi-line. Blank. Password. 1 connect as Leo Blake. Elecanticum bedroom 4 line on a California king mahogany pillow top bed with tiny glowing crystal seashells set it. Bed PAU say sub. Bed PAU say sub. Output. Bed PA D E A D space P A ent blank. You stand up. You can go northwest. A silver door is closed. A silver door to the northwest. You moonwalk northwest. Elecanticum Deck 3 Lounge. You see an elegant violet microfiber lounger with several delicate lace pillows strewn across it. A long polished. You can't go that. You moonwalk down. Elecanticum Deck 2 Corridor. You see a gold washing machine and. You can't go that way. You can go northeast, southwest, and up. You moonwalk northeast. Elecanticum Deck 2 Corridor. Northwest and southwest. Cleric Fiber 1 pass up. You moonwalk up. Elecanticum Deck 3 Lounge. You see an elegant violet microfiber lounger with several delicate lace pillows strewn across it. A long polished white oak table with tiny glowing starfish around the edges. A narrow hand carved formica counter with several softly glowing crystals along the edge. A tall white refrigerator. An electric blue porcelain sink. And a blue trash bin here. Northwest, north, northeast, southeast, south, southwest, and down. L. A tall white refrigerator. You see nothing special. It is currently closed. You open a tall white refrigerator. You see nothing special. You see a pouch of apple-flavored bone-shaped cookies, a bag of dog food, and a case of canned dog food inside. I don't understand. You close a tall white refrigerator.
okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm in a ship with a bunch of people.
You moonwalk blank.
We are in deep space.
You moonwalk northeast. Step. You can't go that way.
And basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for artifacts.
No room with that name. No room with that name. C. Elecanticum control room. Southwest and southwest. You moonwalk southwest. Elecanticum control room. You see an elegant pink and purple velvet captain's chair shaped like a martini glass. A comfortable pink and purple velvet co-captain's chair shaped like a martini glass. A comfortable shimmering white fluffy sectional sofa with a pink and black paw print blanket thrown across the back. An internal stun turret. A large blue plushy doggy mansion surrounded by fake grass. An oak wood coffee table. A blue trash bin. 2 asteroid anchors. A coil of sturdy line. A chocolate labrador. A lanky robot. And Kendra the droid gear. You see William Jamie's lying on a comfortable shimmering white fluffy sectional sofa with a pink and black paw print blanket thrown across the back. And Eloise Harper sitting on a comfortable shimmering white fluffy sectional sofa with a pink and black paw print blanket thrown across the back here, sleeping. Northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest. Elecanticum control room. The control room of a starship is much more spacious than one might previously have supposed, though it is not massive by any means. The wall at the front of the room is dominated by the star map viewer. Rows of consoles line the rest of the walls, each containing an array of touchscreens, switches, and buttons that are used to control the starship's various systems with some degree of redundancy. The usual humming of the ship's components has been silenced by the lack of power, resulting in an unusual void of background noise. Beneath your feet, covering the expanse of the room, is a layer of fluffy holographic clouds floating against a pale blue background. There appears to be no power in this room. The overhead lights glow faintly, hardly enough to do anything but avoid large obstacles. Looking through the window, you see the ship in an asteroid surface. You see an elegant pink and purple velvet captain's
Okay, so
chair
we're in
shaped like a
asteroid.
martini. Blank.
Boy. So I am now.
The ship must be powered before you can do that. You have 3,397,000. Chatterley O'Brady transmits. Sub.
So right now I am stranded in space. So there are.
Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. Nothing.
What I was trying to do is I was trying to look for artifacts. and basically, well, I have the artifacts, or I don't have any artifacts right now. I actually, well, haven't been on the game for a couple of days, and basically, I'm stranded in space right now.
You don't see that here. B. An ocean blue leather shoulder bag with a large pocket on the front. You see ocean blue leather shoulder bag. You see a black leather jacket with a silver zipper. A pair of glossy orange lightly armored boots. A roll of 10 exposure film. An empty dark green mug with a picture of Reluxic on it. A dark green box of matches. A glossy black lightly armored bottom. A pair of black leather combat boots with silver accents on them. And a soft black leather belt with a silver battle cruiser shaped buckle inside. Chatterbob McLean transmits. I'm tugging my nipple rings, trying to make sure they both hang down to the same height. Chatterbob McLean transmits. I want symmetry. Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. Oh wow.
Okay.
Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. Way too much info. Space. F space. Y. F space. Y. Chatterley O'Brady transmits. I'm currently stranded on an asteroid. Well, not really stranded, but the captain and co-captain of this ship both seem to be asleep and I just woke up, so yeah. Chatterbob McLean transmits. Wow, you're getting too much information on me now. I wasn't done.
Holy crap.
Chatterdora West transmits. Bob wants to bob, but only in a balanced way. Chatter Angelica Ramirez screams. Do you not know how to fly? Chatterley O'Brady transmits. I definitely do, but I don't know how to fly a transverser.
I'm in a transverse right now. And it's one of those.
Chatter Andreas still screams. Tell them wake up. Chatter Catalin Strider transmits while yawning. I'm aimlessly walking. Chatterbob McLean transmits. Wow, who stuck you in a tranny? Chatter Aaron Blade transmits. Who's the tranny pilot? Chatter Kiara Calloway transmits. Who's tranny? Stella Canticum control room. The control room. Blank. Out, northwest, and black paw print blanket. Harper sitting on a comfortable shimmering white fluff sofa with a pink and black paw print blanket thrown across the back and the lois. You see William James lying on a comfortable shimmering white fluffy sectional. Enter, blank. S, E, F, S. Eloise, blank. Chatterley O'Brady transmits. I'm in a ship with William James and Eloise Harper. Chatterbob McLean transmits. Wow. Chatter Aaron Blade transmits. Stab them both.
Stab them both. Alright, so we're on the
Chatterley O'Brady transmits. Yeah, right. Out. TR chat yeah. Chatterbob McLean transmits. I thought Harper had some sense. Chatter Thomas Edwards transmits. Guess you're just going to have to wait. Enter, blank.
Steven Cantos, yo.
Yo, what's up?
Chatterley O'Brady transmits. I could use the escape pod. Line feed. Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. And you're all by yourself. G-N. C. Chatterley O'Brady transmits. Seems like it. I was supposed to be looking for artifacts, but I fell asleep and just woke up not that long ago. Chatter Aaron Blade transmits. You could.
So I'm currently stranded on an asteroid about 50 or 60 light years away from any part of local space.
Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. I don't think she's been awake all day, has she?
So I have to figure out how to get out.
Chatter Andreas Zero transmits. She was earlier. Chatter Leo Brady transmits. I want to know. S. F. D. A. H. W. A. F. E. H. Chatter Leo Brady transmits. I just feel bad because I wanted to go with them and now that they are asleep, there is no point in me staying here when I could be falling. I have a Voyager, but I don't think it is good enough to go that far into space where I can find artifacts. Chatter Gabriel Marin transmits. If you're artifact hunting, just continue doing so if you're confident you can defend the ship if need be. Otherwise, sit pretty. Chatter Bob McLean transmits. If you're artifact hunting, just continue doing so if you're confident you can defend the ship if need be. Otherwise, sit pretty. Chatter Bob McLean transmits. Gabe told me to say that. Chatter Gabriel Marin transmits. Hey, my training program is working. Line feed. Chatter Andreas. Kelsey Keenan transmits. Come up at locals with me. Chatter Gabriel Marin transmits. They told me I couldn't get a jackass to talk. Chatter Andreas Zero. Kelsey Keenan transmits. We are flying out tonight. A small voice says, please prepare for evacuation. You have 60 seconds to abort the escape sequence. Chatter Bob McLean transmits. Yet you're talking. Miracles happen. Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. Wouldn't putting a fighter be helpful if you can't multi-room.
So I'm
Chatter
gonna
Catalin
escape.
Strider transmits. He probably doesn't have one though. Chatter Thomas Edwards transmits. Eloise might not like that. It is the ship. Chatter Bob McLean transmits. Why? So he can lose the fighter and the tranny. Chatter Leo Brady transmits. I'm using a pod. Chatter Octorask transmits. Only if you know how to keep the transverser from being hit. Chatter. Chatter Leo Brady transmits. Never flown a ship in combat before. Just gunning. Kelsey Keenan transmits. I am going use tonight and we will fly. Chatter Octorask transmits. Or at least hit as much as it usually would. Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. Alright, I come.
Oh boy, here we go.
Stella Canticum escape pod. You see nothing special. No exits. Kelsey Keenan transmits. I don't let pirates on my ship, okay? Kelsey Keenan transmits. I don't let pirates on my ship, okay? Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. I'm definitely not one of those. The pod vibrates silently as it approaches the wormhole mouth.
Oh boy. Escape pod. Never done this before. This is crazy. Hey Steven, are you still there?
Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. Yet escaping may be a good idea if you're bored. Kelsey. E. Space. Chatter Leo Brady transmits. In a pod now. Never been a nun before until now. Kelsey Keenan transmits. Going to heart of night to Atmo. You feel mind acceleration as the pod descends. Chatter Edwin Blake cheers.
Boy. How's this thing going 50 meters so fast?
Stella Canticum escape pod. You see nothing special. No exits. Chatter Andreas Zero transmits. Order is a part of added local space. A Krillin spaceport. Landing hub. You see a group of unpowered ships here. You see the AI evacuation ship blank. Kelsey Keenan waves. You are turned away by the locked hatch of Atrium Principis Pardon. Double. Kelsey Keenan says, wait. Kelsey Keenan says, sir, Chatter Catalin Strider transmits. True, but if he can't defend the ship and no pilots are awake. You say, ah, there we go. Line feed. Kelsey Keenan strolls southeast. Aquilon spaceport corridor. You see Kelsey Keenan here, northwest
Steven
and southeast.
Cantos,
Your
you
injured
actually
friends
good at
make difficult.
Miriani?
One set round.
Oh, yeah.
Kelsey Keenan strolls southeast.
It's
Aquilon
just that I've never
spaceport.
done artifact
Land.
hunting before. I literally just got the points like last time that I played, which has been which was a couple days ago.
You notice the drones returning to niches in the wall. Assuming they're done, you stand up, feeling completely healed.
Ah,
Kelsey
let's
Keenan
go.
says, there. Kelsey, Kelsey Keenan says, healed you. You say, thanks.
I guess for the first time, I'm gonna go artifact hunting, which I've never done before. So.
Kelsey Keenan says, going news tonight I have a fighter. You exclaim, oh great. Kelsey Keenan says, boom the BZZRS.
Okay, so we're gonna do some fighting. You'll still get to see some combat today.
I don't understand that. Kelsey Keenan says, I also need to add you to the Atmos. Kelsey Keenan says, can you gas or water salvage? You say, no, not yet. Kelsey Keenan says, or just standard Atmo. You say, yes. You say, I have 300 points. Kelsey Keenan says, oh great, you are covered.
Alright, we're gonna go out to do this.
Kelsey Keenan says, group party hunting. Kelsey Keenan says, we. Oh, D. Kelsey Keenan. You say, never done artifact hunting before. Kelsey Keenan says, come to 40. Okay, you have a ship here or no?
North.
Aquilon
Northwest.
spaceport corridor.
Northwest.
You see
Northwest.
Kelsey Keenan here,
Down.
northwest, east, southeast, south. And Guardian Liviasera, enter and up. E, line. You will walk into the ship. You can't launch. You push a small lever away from you activating the ship's system.
Here we go.
Kelsey Keenan transmits. You have a jet and navicom. E, A, F, line feed. Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. F. Y. E, line feed. Kelsey Keenan transmits. Yes, you are good. Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. Yes, I do.
Okay, here we go.
Vanguardian Lipa. Kelsey. Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. Going to 40 now. Kelsey Keenan transmits. Come to 40 waiting for Zeal. F. Destination. Jump gate to central jump gate hub. The 1-person expediter cloud jumper has launched from Aquilon. The 1-person expediter cloud jumper in range.
So I have a ship that's called a Voyager, which is basically like a really cool version of. How do you explain it?
Steven
1-person expediter
Cantos,
cloud
did he
jumper
just
has
make
left
an
the center.
HP reference by naming his ship? Lol.
Yes, I did. I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you got that. I was hoping somebody would. I had to. It's called a Vanguard, you know. And it flies. That works.
Destination. Jump. There are no. You don't see that here. You sit down on the floor.
So my hauler and my Voyager are currently. Let's see where they are.
Starship location. Progress is progress Aquilon Spaceport. Garage. Brigadier General Aquilon Spaceport. Garage. Aquilon Carrier Transport 7282 Aquilon Spaceport. Garage. Leo's Polar Alliance High Guard Command. Garage. Prayer Eager Alliance High Guard Command. Garage. Future Adventures Outreach Asteroid Mining Outpost. Docking Bay.
Yeah, future adventure. That's my Voyager. I didn't want to make it too obvious.
I don't understand that. 1 minute and 10 seconds until arrival at dump gate to sector 40.
This has an unupgraded
Output. Edit read-only multi-entry. Edit blank.
relativity drive.
Blank.
So it's not quite as fast as my other ships. And it's what I got, at least for now.
9:38 p.m.
I'm probably gonna go to like 11 or so, because I still have to do a little work for a project that I'm doing, that I'm working in for class. But I wanted to do this first and get it out of the way. Whew, what a hard week it's been, at least for sleep, but that's okay.
You stand up.
Almost there. So we're gonna go out of local space. Boy.
7 seconds until arrival at dump gate to sector 40.
Here we go.
D. Kelsey Key, the new transmit. Which planet? Jump complete. Boys. 1 boy. Planets. 2 Tisdale. Private space stations. 3 Magus Validus. 4 Infinitus Potential. Kelsey Keenan transmits. Tisdale. Destination. Tisdale. 56 seconds until arrival at Tisdale 2:13:3.
Ooh, this is a planet I've never been on.
Kelsey Keenan transmits. Power down OK. Kelsey Keenan, you transmit. Alright.
Stephen Cantos, what you been doing?
What do you mean, like in school?
Would you like to request landing clearance? This vessel's local archive of the galactic. You pull a small lever to warn yourself, deactivating the ship system. You move. Sunset Manor, Kelsey's private ship hangar. You see a group of unpowered ships here. You see a suede sofa, a black leather recliner with rubies in the arms, a large mark. Kelsey Keenan says, what a name. Kelsey Keenan laughs. You laugh. You say, have to do it. Group Kelsey Keenan says, Harry Potter, a blonde cocker spaniel puppy yawns loudly. Group you say, yep. Group you say, it was too easy. Group Kelsey Keenan says, I hope they don't force rename that. Line feet. Group you say, I hope not
Stephen
either.
Cantos, you got the job?
Group Kelsey Keenan says, they hate things that is named like that.
Not. I don't find out until next week. But as soon as I find out, I'll let you know.
Group Kelsey Keenan says, have Skype. Group Kelsey Keenan says, I do. Group Kelsey Keenan says, have Skype. Oh, D. F O space. Rook, you say, I don't really have one, but I could get one. Rook Kelsey Keenan says, so. Rook Kelsey Keenan says, my friend Neil is coming to end Connor too.
Boy.
Rook Kelsey Keenan says, Skype is fun with friends. Kelsey.
North.
Kelsey Keenan strolls north. Sunset Manor. Front lawn. You see a patch of bright yellow
This
tall
is
white.
her personal planet? Ooh, boy.
Kelsey Keenan places her hand against a biometric scanner. A biometric scanner. Access granted. Kelsey Keenan. Kelsey Keenan promptly enters through the door. You follow Kelsey Keenan to Sunset Manor, the Crystal Foyer. Sunset Manor, the Crystal Foyer. You see a large white area rug, a large canvas, and a 25-pack of high-guard issue magazines here. You see Kelsey Keenan here. Northwest, east, west, down, and out. Kelsey Keenan strolls west.
East.
Sunset Manor, first floor hallway.
Out.
Sunset Manor, front.
Down.
You see Kelsey Keenan here. South and up. Blank. Kimmy the droid and Deanna the droider. Blank. Kelsey Keenan says, getting the dog is. Kelsey Keenan strolls. Blank.
East.
Kelsey Keenan strolls east. Sunset Manor. Kelsey's private ship hangar. You see a blank.
Boy. This is her planet. I didn't know you could have planets in this game.
Kelsey Keenan picks a butterfly-shaped food pot up off the ground. Kelsey Keenan puts a butterfly-shaped food pot in a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with baby blue butterflies and a hot pink moon-shaped glass. Kelsey Keenan removes a lily-shaped food pot from a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with baby blue butterflies and a hot pink moon-shaped glass. Kelsey Keenan puts a lily-shaped food pot in a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with baby blue butterflies and a hot pink moon-shaped glass. Kelsey Keenan picks a large dragon-shaped coffee tray up off the ground. Kelsey Keenan puts a large dragon-shaped coffee tray in a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with baby blue butterflies and a hot pink moon-shaped glass.
You'll notice that everyone in this game has some sort of awesome decorative purse
Neil
or
smiles at
something.
the four-person rover and dragon's teeth. Then Pia you say, sup. Neil gives the four-person rover and dragon's teeth a massive hug. Out. Neil gives the four-person rover and dragon's teeth a massive hug. Rook Kelsey Keenan says, I have to say. Entry, blank.
What an interesting name for a ship.
Kelsey Keenan says, I need money to change this house. S. You ask, DHS whole thing is your house. That message does not exist. Valid range for the PA buffer is currently 1 to 1. Out. Neil smiles. You ask, Kelsey Keenan says, there is more. Blank. You ask, Kelsey, blank. Kelsey Keenan says, loads more. Kelsey Keenan picks a yellow lamp puppy up off the ground. Entry, blank.
Hold on.
Plain sounds, private com, Luke, Orpy, say,
Output, entry, blank. Kelsey Keenan says, loads more. Neil says, that is what tools is for. Kelsey Keenan says, I need money to change this house. You ask, DHS whole thing is your house. Kelsey Keenan picks a blonde cocker spaniel puppy up off the ground. Kelsey Keenan puts a blonde cocker spaniel puppy in a softly padded light yellow snuggly. Kelsey Keenan picks a white chihuahua up off the ground. Neil asks, how far is Heart of Night? You ask, how many dogs do you have? Kelsey Keenan says, 391.
Holy crap. We're going 391 light years into space. Holy
Steven Cantos, you stock up on drinks and such.
Kelsey Keenan says, 4 and 2 wolves and 2 horses and 2 rabbits.
I don't need to. I have a food robot.
Kelsey Keenan says, and 6 cats.
And even if I didn't have the food robot, well, they have a lot of food.
Neil nods. Kelsey Keenan says, and I love each one.
It makes things like hamburgers for me. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, things like that. Soda, beer, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Neil says, so are you taking UBS? If so, really other than a fight that should be all you need. Kelsey Keenan says, fighter. Neil says, 391 is not much. Kelsey Keenan says, and your robot. Kelsey Keenan says, robo. Kelsey Keenan says, for extra help.
Oh,
Kelsey
wow.
Keenan says, just in case.
This is gonna be a big trip. I can't believe they go this far. Holy crap.
Relay says, not even it's not needed. Relay says, that is overkill. Kelsey Keenan says, by the way, don't walk on the ship or you will get thrown.
Yeah, this morning I was talking to
Relay nods. You nod. Kelsey Keenan says, I mean really grown. Kelsey Keenan says, scary.
I don't know.
Kelsey Keenan says, Connor has a key. Relay says, I am done with robo upgrades. Kelsey Keenan says, so.
Dude, upgrades on
Kelsey
the
Keenan scrolls through the hatch of the express gunship Heart of an Angel. Heart of
So
an Angel airlock.
expensive.
You see,
Even Cantos, this woman's rich.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh yeah, she's got all kinds of crap. I don't even know what she has. I've never even met her. But I'll give you
Relay
this.
says, okay please fly to 10. Relay smiles.
I'll give you.
Kelsey Keenan says, sad to say I am divorcing someone. Relay says, food box. Kelsey Keenan says, but okay.
I'll give you a description so you can tell what she looks like. Because I'd like to do that for everyone. Ooh, I
Kelsey
see.
Keenan says, Connor is coming.
Yeah.
Kelsey Keenan strolls into the airlock. Heart of an Angel airlock. You see an internal stunter is here. You see Kelsey Keenan here. Enter and blank. Kelsey Keenan, she is a member of the Commonwealth Alliance. She is awake and looks alert. This slender woman appears to be in her late 20s and stands 5 feet and 4 inches tall with a medium bust size. Her heart-shaped face bears a fair complexion. She is wearing a yellow orchid in her shoulder length, strawberry blonde hair, which is falling down her back in silky straightened layers. She has almond-shaped brown eyes with an upturned nose above white, perfectly straight teeth. She appears to have adopted an aggressive stance. She is surrounded by a billowing pink mist of sparkles that contain tiny golden dragons that are circling around her body. She has a tattoo of a blue fairy on her torso, a tattoo of a blue butterfly on her back, a tattoo of a hot pink heart with angel wings on her right forearm, and a tattoo of a hot pink wolf on her left forearm. She has a diamond-studded pink frosted glass dragon which flutters its wings in her left earlobe, and a diamond-studded pink frosted glass dragon which flutters its wings in her right earlobe. The nails on her left hand are painted fluorescent pink with tiny gleaming onyx roses and adorned with a glow-in-the-dark top coat, and the nails on her right hand are painted turquoise with sparkling rainbow-colored butterflies and adorned with glittering Austrian crystals. For a top, she is wearing a pink stun armor top. For a bottom, she is wearing a pink stun armor bottom. She has a pink stun armor helmet on her head. She is wearing a pair of pink stun armor gloves on her hands and a pair of pink stun armor boots on her feet. She is wearing an urban camouflage leather utility belt sewn with several tiers of coins around her waist. She is also wearing a compact holographic beach print floor computer, a pink spacesuit navigational computer, a stylish hot pink nylon backpack with blue padded leather straps, and a yellow heart-shaped front pocket, a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with
Hold
baby
on,
blue butterflies, and a hot pink
what's going on?
moon-shaped clasp, a small pink camera, a pink rolled toolkit, a pink spacesuit jet, an asteroid hauling kit, a level 8 archaeological dig site scanner, a black and white cat-shaped slime launcher, a snow fairy figurine, a teal poster with a picture of a saffron yellow cat printed on it, a butterfly charm bracelet, a feminine digital wristwatch with a butterfly-shaped liquid crystal face below a sky blue wolf-shaped speaker, a cute tiger-striped cat backpack, a hot pink flight control scanner, a softly padded baby blue snuggly holding a yellow lab puppy, a softly padded light yellow snuggly holding a blonde cocker spaniel puppy, a sparkly snuggly holding a white chihuahua, a multicolored glass beaded kitten charm necklace, a destination finder, a sparkly pink and blue velvet diaper bag patterned with kittens, a pink wristwatch, a rose gold dragon pendant, a pink velvet artifact storage container, a pink stun armor storage bag, and a bulky stun armor battery pack. She is carrying nothing. Kelsey Keenan says, Neil. Relay nods. Relay says, will do. Relay rushes through the hatch of the 8-person gunship Heart of an Angel. Kitty the droid and Deanna the droid leave the area behind Relay. Kelsey Keenan says, disband that pair and G or not. Kelsey Keenan says, oh moo. Relay rushes out of the 8-person gunship Heart of an Angel. Relay says, Rocky follow. Rocky the droid says in a cold voice, I will now follow you around. Relay says, Jeffrey follow. Jeffrey the droid says in a deep voice, I can't work with the competition there, buddy. Get rid of him before I step in. Kelsey Keenan says, H scary. Kelsey Keenan lets out an ear-piercing shriek at Jeffrey the droid. Relay says, Crystal. Kelsey Keenan says something into a feminine digital wristwatch with a butterfly-shaped liquid crystal face below a sky blue wolf-shaped speaker. Kelsey Keenan says something into a feminine digital wristwatch with a butterfly-shaped liquid crystal face below a sky blue wolf-shaped speaker. Relay says, Crystal follow. Crystal the droid says in a seductive voice, I will now follow you around. Kelsey Keenan says something into a feminine digital wristwatch with a butterfly-shaped liquid crystal face below a sky blue wolf-shaped speaker. Relay nods. Relay says, done. Relay says, I'll leave the rest. Kelsey Keenan says something into a feminine digital wristwatch with a butterfly-shaped liquid crystal face below a sky blue wolf-shaped speaker. Kelsey Keenan says, no million droids. Kelsey Keenan says, just for each. Kelsey Keenan says, go me. Relay's bottom lip quivers slightly. Relay chuckles. Relay says, I love having a million droids. Relay smiles. Kelsey Keenan says, I have 10. Kelsey Keenan says, so. Kelsey Keenan says, 6 are somewhere. The 3-person Voyager, are we there yet? Is suddenly hauled into the room by several robotic arms. Connor Keenan careens out of the 3-person Voyager, are we there yet? Kelsey Keenan knocks on Connor Keenan and then stares at him, seeming vaguely puzzled. Kelsey Keenan says, lol. Zela removes the droid remote titled Angelica from a blue messenger bag. Kelsey Keenan says, lol. Kelsey Keenan says, Angelica. Zela appears at the screen of a droid remote titled Angelica. You say, wow, you guys are rich.
Smack to his face, huh? Yeah, fuck that.
D. You see? D.
L. L.
Kelsey Keenan throws into the airlock. Cloud jumper airlock. You see a pretty dolphin. Blank. Zela says, I give rules. Connor Keenan leans in towards Kelsey Keenan and gently kisses her lips.
Oh boy.
You say, wow, you guys are rich. Zela says, I live rules.
Holy crap. Man, they got everything. You know you can have babies in this game too. You can have babies and pets.
Kelsey Keenan strolls through the hatch of the 1-person expediter cloud jumper. Cloud jumper airlock. You see a pretty dolphin-shaped sandstone treasure chest with a color-changing crystal mermaid balanced on the lid. An ornate pink coral oak chest with multicolored sand sets behind the sliding glass door. A large antique mermaid crystal library desk with a pink velvet massaging swivel chair and draped in strings of brightly colored tropical flowers. A large polished pink marble heart-shaped dining table with an ornate sandcastle covered by a delicate glass dome in the center. A comfortable light blue velvet couch with a soft pillow at each end. A comfy blue velvet combat chair. A soft baby blue velvet recliner. A cozy baby blue satin recliner. And a long comfortable holographic pink Silkadian fabric bleacher in the shape of a treasure chest here. You see Kelsey Keenan here. Enter and out. Blank. You don't see that here. Kelsey Keenan says, go into get your robot.
Cantos, you got
Kelsey
lethal
Keenan suddenly
shot
loses her
for
footing and
prelude.
falls to the ground. You suddenly lose your footing. Blank.
Yeah, so as soon as I go up, we're
You
affecting
stand up.
Taylor
Blank.
maybe.
Destination. You don't see that here. Space. You don't see that here. Kelsey Keenan says, going to get your robots. Zela says, have you armies? Out. You don't see. Sit rec. PA Kelsey Keenan says, don't leave in space. PA Zela says, and PA Connor Keenan says, nope, you got to keep moving in this universe. Entry. Edit. Blank.
Hold on, I gotta switch the buffer.
Shatter. Com. Computer. Output. PA.
PA Kelsey Keenan says, fly me. PA Kelsey Keenan laughs. Connor Keenan examines the starship's current course. PA Kelsey Keenan says,
So we
Connor
may
Keenan
or may
spends
not
a
see
moment
Trailer.
examining the star map.
We probably will, most likely. I mean, they usually come out
Connor Keenan uses a compact gold lore.
around
Kelsey Keenan
89.
says,
We're
we
going
are peaceful. Connor Keenan uses a compact gold lore. Kelsey Keenan says, so.
We're going 391 miles, light years, all the way into space. I've never been
Kelsey
that far
Keenan
before.
says, no pirates anywhere. Kelsey Keenan laughs. You can't sit on that. You notice Kelsey Keenan using the radio to request landing clearance. Hello? I don't understand that. You don't see that here.
Hold on.
Cloud jumper can out and out. You see Kelsey Keenan and Connor Keenan lying on the floor here. The AZLA says, be right back. Small turquoise heart-shaped bar of freshly baked cookie-scented soap here. Ethereal gold beanbag chair shaped like a battle cruiser, a large oak tree, and a with elves, a glossy sheet of paper with Ethno printed at the top, a large pillow. Kelsey Keenan says, so there is 4 of us. Ethereal gold beanbag chair shaped like a and blank. You sit down on a large pillow, ethereal gold beanbag chair shaped like a battle cruiser. Kelsey
Stephen
Keenan says, I
Cantos,
have an
most
RV
of what you're
container.
doing
Kelsey
is
Keenan
ground
says,
combat?
Right now we're in a ship. But I have done ground combat before. But right now I don't have the armor to do it. And I have a weapon right now. I have 3 weapons that I could use to do ground combat, but I don't have.
Kelsey Keenan removes a pink
the armor.
archaeological artifact storage
So I do
container
ship
from a stylish
combat.
hot pink nylon backpack with blue padded leather straps and a yellow heart-shaped front pocket. Kelsey Keenan stands up. Kelsey Keenan strolls out.
These guys have incredible ships. I mean, the
Kelsey
ships,
Keenan strolls in from the south.
the ships they have are incredible.
Kelsey Keenan removes a pink velvet artifact storage container from a large sparkly cherry blossom pink beaded purse decorated with baby blue butterflies and a hot pink moon-shaped clasp. Kelsey Keenan dons a pink velvet artifact storage container. You hear the sounds of somebody attempting to enter the airlock, but they're turned away by the locked hatch. Kelsey Keenan strolls into the airlock.
If you want, I could show you what I
Kelsey
look
Keenan
like.
strolls in from the airlock.
Because
Neil
I actually-
arrives behind Kelsey Keenan. Rocky the droid and Crystal the droid arrive behind Neil A. Kelsey Keenan lets out an ear-piercing shriek. Neil A nods.
Holy
Kelsey
crap.
Keenan says, okay, let's do this. Neil A nods. You notice Kelsey Keenan using the radio to request launch clearance. Cloud Jumper, you have clearance to launch. Good luck and come back to us safe. Neil A removes a droid remote titled panel from a blue messenger bag. Neil A appears at the screen of a droid remote titled panel. Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console. U, B. Kelsey. You must be sitting up in a chair with a seatbelt to do that. Neil A stands up. A holographic representation of Kelsey Keenan. A void has been detected in the sector. Neil A stretches. A 3% freighter triple salvage has stopped
Dude,
with a
their ships are
3% bulk
incredible.
freighter Veritas. Connor Keenan stands up. Kelsey Keenan stands up. Connor Keenan stretches. You stand up. Kelsey Keenan pulls Neil A towards her. Kelsey Keenan checks the navigation console. Destination, boy. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program. A holographic representation of Kelsey Keenan. Movement aborted. Connor Keenan presses a series of buttons
Stephen
on a sensor
Cantos,
control
yeah,
board.
but as I
Kelsey
recall,
Keenan
doing
inputs a set of
artifact
coordinates
stuff
into a small
requires you
navigation
do ground
console.
combat.
Support right locked on coordinates
your
2,
gun?
12, 2. Connor Keenan
I have a
presses
gun,
series of buttons on a sensor
but
control
it doesn't
board.
require
Kelsey
ground
Keenan says,
combat.
follow me. You notice Kelsey Keenan beginning the landing sequence. Neil A rushes into the airlock. Rocky the droid and Crystal the droid leave the area behind Neil A.
It does not require ground combat.
Kelsey Keenan pulls a small lever towards the cell, deactivating the ships. You will walk into the airlock. Cloud Jumper airlock. You see a pretty outfit. Neil A says, be right back. Kelsey Keenan strolls in from inside the ship. Kelsey Keenan strolls out of the ship. Neil A rushes out of the ship. Rocky the droid and Crystal.
Hold on.
You will walk into the ship. Cloud Jumper can... Hey, space. RPA, are we staying on what? Blank. FBA, you say, are we staying on this ship? Cloud Jumper control room. The PADLA says, be right, out, south and small turquoise heart-shaped bar of freshly baked, blank.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of here.
Sunset Manor, Kelsey's private ship anchor. You see a group of unpowered ships here. You see a suede sofa, a black leather with blank.
Oh boy, here we go. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah, so it doesn't require ground combat. You're in
Kelsey
space.
strolls
You're
through the
literally
hatch of the
walking
water
out.
rover and Dragon's Teeth. Dragon's Teeth era. You see an internal stun turret here. You see Kelsey Keenan, Neil A, and Connor Keenan here. Enter and out. Neil A and Connor Keenan arrive behind Kelsey Keenan. Rocky the droid and Crystal the droid arrive behind Neil A. Kelsey Keenan strolls out of the ship. Sunset Manor, Kelsey's private ship hangar. You see a group of unpowered... Kelsey Keenan pushes a small lever away from the cell, activating the ship's system. Part of an angle control room. The control room with a start output. A void has been detected in the set. You notice Kelsey Keenan beginning the launch sequence. Neil A nods. Southbound, and you see Kelsey Keenan. 6 droids here. A glowing crystal globe. A damage report for Angel of Shadows. 5 drones, and Kelsey Keenan. Clover. A comfortable pink silky alien hand with captain's chair set in the center. A glowing crystal globe. A damage green hospital, a patch of tall holy clover, a patch of green free leaf, field grass, a hovering garden, an official tradesman request confirmation slip, a large, short-sleeved pleated shirt, a gold trash bin, a blue spacesuit bottom, a patch of sunshine yellow wispy bell flowers, a large orange envelope, a light bin, shiny pink starship simulator, an internal stun turret, a sweet onion plant, a midnight blue beanbag chair, an antique coffee table, a sparkly ski-ball machine, thrown across the back, a bright blue fluffy rug, a royal indigo woven rug, Neil A stands up. Neil A sits down on a carved neon sapphire blue silk sectional sofa with a pattern of stars. Entry. Edit mode. Blank. You need to stand up first. You stand up. You sit down on a carved neon sapphire blue silk sectional. You pull a series of straps around yourself and securely buckle. FBA, you say, are we staying on
Hold
this
on a
ship?
second, guys.
Neil A asks. Blank. FBA, you. Neil A asks, so where is Heart of Night? Connor Keenan sits down on a carved neon sapphire blue silk set. Entry. Blank.
Boy.
Better Trisolar Catapulter is requesting a destination sector or destination security clearance code. Neil A asks, better yet what sector?
Oh, we're using a catapult.
Kelsey Keenan says, I need money. You say, I got 3 mil. Output. You say, I got 3 mil. Kelsey Keenan says, can I borrow 2 mil for a trip? Entry. Blank. You say, sure. B. Output. Kelsey Keenan says, Neil darling friend or Connor. Blank. Kelsey, you say, sure. Kelsey Keenan pats Connor Keenan on the shoulder. Connor Keenan asks, what are you trying to do? Blank. Kelsey Keenan says, E-L-S-E. Why? Kelsey Keenan says, going to 37 on this thing. Neil A says, I don't have 2 million. Entry. Blank. Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console. Neil A says, my robo took it and the other ship. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program. Movement aborted. Connor Keenan gives some credits to Kelsey Keenan. Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console.
This is crazy. I've never done this before.
Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program. Neil A says, confused. Movement aborted. Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console. Neil A presses a series of buttons on a sensor control board. Neil A presses a series of buttons on a sensor control board. Kelsey Keenan presses a series of buttons on the FTL control console.
We're going into deep space.
Kelsey Keenan says, okay, not a clear jump. Neil A says, 35 had a video problem. Kelsey Keenan begins tapping commands into a navigational control console. Navigational automatic vector interface and assumed flight control. Vector in west. Neil A says, left rope just to give you a heads up. Neil A presses a series of buttons on a sensor control board. Kelsey Keenan nods. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan.
Okay, we're going into deep space.
Kelsey Keenan says, watch long range. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Neil A says, I'm all over it. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 1.0 light years distant. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel.
Okay,
Blank.
only
Neil A
390.
inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Kelsey Keenan says, scan for a while. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Kelsey Keenan says, until we get out. Neil A nods to Kelsey Keenan. Chatter Kiara Callaway transmits. After that ship. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor. Blank. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor. Blank.
I don't know what they're scanning for, but they're scanning for something.
Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on blank. For scanning. You ask, what are you guys scanning for? Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 1.0 light years distant. Kelsey Keenan says, other ships. Connor Keenan examines the starship's current course. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey
I
Keenan
think they're
inputs a
looking
command
for pirates or something. Because these ships can get.
Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines blank. Kelsey Keenan says, fucking heck. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 1.5 light years distant. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan says, free eye. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 1.5 light years distant. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Neil A rubs Kelsey Keenan's shoulders trying to relax her. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan squeaks. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Neil A inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of blank. Out. Distant. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 1.5 light year entry. Blank.
Of course, if they had one of our ships, they're part of the Commonwealth.
Neil A says, I would push your drives.
They're part of the Commonwealth.
Kelsey Keenan says, do it. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program.
So their ships aren't
Relay
quite as
FM in
cool
the
as
display
ours.
containing the starship status report. Movement aborted. Kelsey Keenan
Steven
begins
Cantos,
tapping commands
what's your
into a
role?
navigational control console.
I am going to
Navigational
do
automatic vector interface
artifact
assumed flight
hunting,
control. Vector in west. Blank.
atmospheric salvaging.
Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor pen.
I'm
Blank.
going to get to a planet, and I'm also going to do combat.
Kelsey
Training
Keenan
with
presses a
combat.
complicated looking series of buttons on a
So I
navigational
have
console.
3 jobs.
The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is blank. An asteroid has been detected in the sector.
Oh boy.
Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated looking series of buttons on a navigation. Blank.
So right now my job isn't to do anything right now.
Kelsey Keenan nods. Neil says, ugh. Kelsey Keenan says, I do. Neil says, taught. Neil smiles.
But we're not even out of local space. You only get out of local space when you get to 50 light years.
Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 2.5 light years distant. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program. Movement aborted. Kelsey Keenan begins tapping commands into a navigational control console. A navigational automatic vector interface has assumed flight control. Vector in west. Relay examines a display containing the starship status report. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Relay examines a display containing the stop blank. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 2.5 light years distant. Relay says, right charge was held to. Relay smiles. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to
Steven
cancel the current
Cantos, but
autopilot
what are you
program.
supposed to
Movement
do?
aborted.
Right
Kelsey
now,
Keenan
nothing.
begins tapping
My
commands in
goal right now is to
blank.
just wait
Relay inputs a
until
command
we
blank.
get into 50 light years. And once we do that, we'll start finding artifacts. And my job will be to go out there
Kelsey Keenan
and
presses a
get the
complex
artifact
blank.
that we find. So I'll go out into space. So I'll spacewalk without a tether, of course, because who needs tethers? It's only the
Relay inputs a command on
24th
a
century.
blank.
Tethers are for losers. So
Kelsey
I'm
Keenan
gonna walk out
presses
with
a
my space
blank.
jet. I'm gonna go out there.
Kelsey Keenan presses a button
And
to
I'm
cancel
going
the current
to,
autopilot program.
jet over
Blank.
the-
Navigational automatic vector interface. Blank.
To the artifact and get it and put it in my container.
Relay examines a display containing the starship status report. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan.
And then what I'll do is I'll
Kelsey
keep
Keenan
doing
presses a
that.
complicated looking series of buttons on a navigational
once I do,
console.
I'll go
The
back
nearest
to the
navigational beacon
artifact
is located in
research
sector
center and,
37 and is
research
3.0
all
light
the
years
artifacts I
distant.
have.
Kelsey Keenan says, pray for us. That's the you say. Blank.
Hold on.
Kelsey
Play sounds. Private com. Rook. Warpy. Say.
Kelsey Keenan says, pray for us. Relay says, right charge was held to. Relay nods. Kelsey Keenan begins tapping commands into a navigational control console. A navigational automatic vector interface has assumed flight control. Vector in north. Relay examines a display containing the starship status report.
So we're not anywhere
Relay
close to
nods.
50 light years away.
Kelsey
Once
Keenan
you get out
says,
of that
pushing
line,
right.
you're not
An
safe
asteroid
anymore.
has been detected in the sector. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and examines a long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector blank.
I love that. I have that drive.
Kelsey
now.
Keenan
It's called a
says,
slip
now
drive.
that was scary. Relay says, I thought that's just track your right charge time. An asteroid has been detected in the sector. Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 3.5 light years distant. Relay smiles.
Steven
Kelsey Keenan
Cantos
inputs a
sounds
command on a
cool.
sensor panel and
There been
examines a
any
long-range
invasions
scan.
lately?
Relay inputs a command on a sensor
No,
panel and
not
examines
yet.
a long-range scan.
But there probably, or there was one last week,
Relay
but I
inputs a
wasn't
command
there.
on a sensor panel and blank.
there
Kelsey
wasn't
Keenan
a
says,
last week,
people
though.
are saying go after us.
They usually they usually have them on Saturdays because most people are on Saturdays.
Relay says, fuck me.
So I guess we'll see what happens.
T. You double. B. Kelsey Keenan. You say, they could just be joking, you know. Kelsey Keenan says, not really. Kelsey Keenan
Steven
says,
Cantos, and how do you get the plugin to separate the channels like that?
Separate the channels? Oh, you mean to read
Relay says, been there, done that.
to read the chat? If you go into the Audio Games.net forum, into the off-topic room,
Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan.
you'll find a post on the forum
Kelsey Keenan says, keep the scanning going.
that asks about live chat.
Kelsey Keenan presses a
And how
complicated-looking
to
series
read
of
live chat
buttons on
without, with
blank.
TTS and with YouTube.
Relay inputs a command on a sensor
And
panel
then
blank.
somebody will post on the second post. There will be a link to
Relay inputs a command blank.
a Google extension that you can add that allows you to have a readable chat
Relay
on
inputs a
YouTube.
command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan.
So that way I don't have to actually read the chat manually on YouTube.
Kelsey Keenan says, 20 highway and we are free. Kelsey Keenan press. Relay says, not so much. The nearest navigational beacon is located in sector 37 and is 3.5 light years distant. Relay says, more like 50. Kelsey Keenan nods. Kelsey Keenan presses a button to cancel the current autopilot program. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. Movement aborted. Kelsey Keenan begins tapping commands into a navigational control console. Navigational 10:13 p.m.
This might take a while, in which case, I'll come back tomorrow. And
Relay inputs a
we're not
command on
even
a
we're not even
blank.
close to 50 miles. 50 light years away from light years miles. Huge difference.
Kelsey Keenan says,
Years.
4 people in here.
Light years away from local space. So it might take a bit of time. But I'll keep streaming probably until around 11 o'clock. And
Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational
that's not going to
beacon
be
is
here for a
blank.
while. The next couple
Relay
days.
inputs a command on a sensor panel and blank.
I'll have
You
plenty of
notice Kelsey
opportunity to
Keenan
show
begins
off
it with a
artifact
notification panel. Relay inputs a command. Relay asks, can you turn on your charge notifications for your drive, Kelsey? Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. The subwarp and slip drives have completed their charging cycle. Relay smiles at Kelsey Keenan. Kelsey Keenan nods. Relay nods. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. Kelsey Keenan says, it's moving. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and then blank.
Well, I have both those. I have a slip drive and a subwarp drive.
Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of
And
blank.
unlike freaking Cosmic Rage, you don't have to freaking refuel it with
Relay
gas.
inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. An asteroid has been detected in the sector. Kelsey Keenan says, now that it's moving. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range blank. Kelsey Keenan inputs a command. Kelsey Keenan says, now that it's moving.
And some people, I don't know, some ships, like a Transverser, have this really cool thing called a wave warp drive. A wave warp drive is like it's like a...
Relay says, I'm not a thing folks ready, but this is where they would help. Kelsey Keenan exclaims, Kiara Calloway transmits after that ship. Relay says, new notification from Windows Security. Windows Defender summary. Windows Defender antivirus did not find any threats since your last summary. Your device was scanned 2 times. Actions window. Relay inputs a command on a
So
blank.
it's
Kelsey
like
Keenan, blank.
kind of like a warp drive in Star Trek.
Kelsey Keenan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console.
it's able to
The nearest
travel, like,
navigational beacon is
a
located
really
in sector
long, like,
37 and is
10 light
4.5
years
light
in
years
one shot.
distant.
It's really cool. But only the AIE
Kelsey Keenan
ships
says,
have them.
that is their own words.
The Commonwealth ships don't have them, and since they're Commonwealth, they can't use our ships.
Kelsey Keenan inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. 10:16 p.m. Kelsey Keenan says, done this race for 5 years. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan.
10:16 p.m. 20 notifications.
Kelsey Keenan says, this race is deadly. Kelsey Keenan laughs. Relay blank. Kelsey Keenan says, done this race. Kelsey Keenan says, this race is deadly. I.
21 notifications.
Kelsey. The nearest navigational beacon is located in blank. Relay says, I've got about 8 or so I think on you. You ask, wait, this is a race. Relay inputs a command on a sensor panel and then in the long-range scan. Relay smiles. Kelsey Keenan says, no this year as a pilot. Relay says, my home is out in cold space now. Relay smiles. Kelsey Keegan says, 5 years in this race. Relay inputs recommend on a sensor panel and then in the long range scan. You have. Kelsey Keegan says, deadly but.
I get it.
10:17 p.m. Kelsey Keegan inputs recommend on a sensor panel and then in the long range scan. The subwarp drive has completed its charging cycle. Kelsey Keegan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in Sector 37 and is 5.0 light years distant. Relay asks, who has made it to 17K other than me? Kelsey Keegan says something into a hot pin meta frequency communication pin. The slip drive has completed its charging cycle.
Okay.
Relay inputs recommend on a sensor panel and then in the long range scan.
They're gonna do a couple of jumps. And so basically, it's gonna jump your way to 50 unless you have a
Relay says, your nerves are done charging.
wavewarp drive.
Relay says, do it.
If you have a
Relay
wavewarp,
not.
you are set. But since
An
there's something
asteroid
else,
has been detected in the sector.
that's part of the being something else. Or, yeah,
Kelsey Keegan says, hi. Relay inputs recommend on a
They have
sensor
great
panel and then
combat
in the long range
systems,
scan. Kelsey Keegan presses a complicated-looking series of buttons on a navigational console. The nearest navigational beacon is located in Sector 37 and is 5.5 light years distant. An asteroid has been detected in the sector. Relay inputs recommend on a sensor panel and then in the long range scan.
that's my take on
An
this.
asteroid has been detected
So I'm
in the
gonna
sector.
end the
Please
stream.
plan.
And I'll come back next time, and I'll be in the
Kelsey
local
Keegan
space.
inputs recommend
I'll
on a
be out of
sensor
local
panel.
space,
Blank.
and I'll be able to show you a little bit more about artifact hunting and combat. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll be able to get my own ship at some point. The points come really fast. with
Kelsey
the
Keegan
and
says,
stuff.
love this ship.
So I'm gonna end the stream for now. I know it's kind of
Relay
short.
inputs recommend on a sensor panel. Blank.
I'm also quite tired as well, so I'm gonna do the best I can. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on Friday, where I'll stream for probably a lot longer. Like I'm gonna try to stream for like 3 or 4 hours. We'll see what happens. But thanks for watching.
Kelsey Keegan says
We'll be
something.
in deep space tomorrow. We're gonna shoot Predator, get some artifacts, and do some atmospheric salvaging, which you'll get to see all of when we get there. But right now it's gonna take like an hour to get
Relay inputs recommend on a sensor.
391 light years away from local space. So alright, I'll see you guys.
Desk. Running applet. Bitmap 1 running. Google Chrome 1 running. OBS Studio 1 running. Windows up and submit. Rest. 64.